Sin will take you further than you want to go, and it will keep you longer than you want to stay.
Ain't got long, oh mama.
Motorcycles. Come on, motorcycles.
Ain't got long, I ain't got long. Lord, I ain't got long at the mother's home. Pray for me, oh mama. Pray for me.
The manpower issues when you go into some of these large prisons is just very essential to be able to counsel and talk to all the people that we need to talk to.
No west, man. I'm going west.
We're trying to get a more inclusive experience so that new people getting involved get a feel for what it's like. So we're trying to create more of an experience from the early morning arrivals at the prisons and then what's going to go on in the prisons at these events. Yeah, we got to go check in first.
Hey, we need to check in, people.
So let's line up alphabetical by last name. Go ahead and jump in when you can.
Okay, they would like bikers to be checked in separately.
Whatever creates the most excitement, that's all I want.
People don't have the right or full understanding of what this is all about. It's just about genuine people coming in who genuinely care about these individuals and hope that they get their life on track and go out and be productive citizens.
Morning, gentlemen.
I would say probably the biggest change that I've seen throughout my career is, particularly in Texas, us embracing these types of programs. Opening up our doors and getting folks in here and really letting them do what they do best, and that is minister to offenders.
Make sure you stay behind that yellow line.
I got a special guest here, David Kimbrough. He's going to talk to you about some important things that happened in his life.
You know, my lifestyle has been in the bottoms, my whole life. I was trash, I was out there cooking that dope and kind of messing with them old Hell's Angels. That was my lifestyle. But when something tragic like that happens, you're going to call on somebody. Don't think you won't. And if you was told me 5 years ago that I'm going to be coming in penitentiaries talking to people, trying to change their lives, I'd have still been looking at you crazy.
Man, we had macaroni, but we always didn't have no cheese. Peanut butter, but you ain't got no. And the West was Kool-Aid, but you ain't got no. That's some nasty stuff, man. In life, they may have counted you out, but you don't have to be great to get started. You just have to get started to be great. I'm gonna pick about 20 guys, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, all right?
In 1976, Time magazine did an article on the East Town unit. It was called America's Bloodiest Prison, and one of the worst riots ever known in the nation happened right here on this rec yard where we stand today. In the 30 years since then is the difference between night and day. I thought I was the worst of the worst. It didn't get no worse than me. And a lot of these laws, these ranking officers around here, these captains and these majors, they'll tell you, boy, that boy right there would be a knucklehead. I got an aggravated robbery case out of Dallas County. I've been on East Ham 16 years. Yeah, 16 years is a long time. But you just have to keep going, You see all these men out here on the yard today, and some of them are just here for the entertainment. You got to give them that, to check out the bikes and to break up the monotony of the everyday being in prison. But there is a percentage here who is serious about coming out here and receiving the blessing for today, to see the bikes, and to create a vision in your own mind and in your own heart that maybe someday, I'm going to get out of prison and I get my own bike like this,
If you play great the second half, don't nobody even care what happened the first half.
I've been incarcerated now for 23 years. I'm incarcerated for burglary of habitation and aggravated sexual assault. And at the time of this crime, I was doped out, I was drunk, and was broke and needed money so I could get more drugs and alcohol. So I just picked out a house to burglarize, just to go in, steal a few items, go sell them, and get money to support my dope habit. But all hell broke loose. It was a nightmare, something, a night that I'll never forget.
Ready? Good morning, sir. I'm ready to go. We've been waiting on y'all. Get an alphabetical order for me so we can get you to the gate, okay?
That way we can find them real quickly.
The ones that we're after are the ones that won't go to chapel, that will not go there. And if we can get them out here in a non-chapel setting, then we've got a better chance of getting to them.
Yeah, that would be no problem.
I wouldn't be against coming down and, just having lunch with you and the warden and that whole deal. So because it's nothing more than just rejection.
I broke my ankle in 3 places, and my osteopathic doctor put 5 screws on this side of the ankle to hold the bone together, and a big one on this side to hold the other side together. So when I went for my last checkup, I told him, I said, Dr. Harmon, you're sweet as you can be, but you're the first doctor I ever had that screwed me up.
Hey, when you're 84, you get some extra privileges,
Right on.
She deserves it.
I've left my kids for about 33 months, being in jail for drugs. And every time they've asked me if I'm ready to change, and I'm not. My thinking is real bad, and I've been in and out of the system for about 5 years. I'm 22 years old.
There's a lot of women that don't have no one out there to do anything for them. They indigent, and they're going right back to the same environment they come from because they don't have no one that's there for them to show them anything different.
That's true.
When you, 20 years later, look back at it, the only thing you were trying to do was really find somebody that loved you, that accepted you, and that you had somebody that cared about you. And we try so many ways to find that. And we never got it. And I stand here before you, 53 years old. Thank God that I can still get in 34s.
We're talking about rehabilitation and re-entry into society. Those are the main things. So you don't have to like the program, but you need to be able to say, okay, if it just changes one person's life, then it's a positive thing.
Regardless of what your religious upbringing is or your beliefs, the bottom line is these types of programs work their way to gold. It really makes a difference to them in the long run. It shows that people care on the outside, are willing to come in, take time, and invest in these guys, and just let them know that somebody genuinely cares for them. And for the ones that have little or no hope left in them, in a lot of cases I see where it sparks that, so it really pays off.